Alright, I'm gonna read this title all dramatic like because it sounds crazy. Alright, it sounds crazy. A Kentucky man sued his employer for throwing him a birthday party and wins. As a result, he receives $450,000. Hi everyone, my name is Donna Duck. Welcome to Duck Talk with Donna, my discussion channel, where I have a topic that I discuss. This video's topic of discussion is about a man who sued his employer for throwing him a birthday party. He wins, and as a result, he gets $450,000. Talk about a great birthday present. Now, when I heard this story, I was like,
what are you doing?
I wasn't shocked, you know, because people do crazy things. People have won lawsuits over crazier things. See, look at this. A man sues himself and wins. What's the reason? So I was like, you know what? What's the story? What's going on? Like, what was so bad that this guy sued his employer for throwing a birthday party? So by the sounds of it, it sounds like some employee appreciation. Like, who doesn't like employee appreciation? So that's why I'm confused. Like, you got a free party. I'm sure they had some gifts, and I'm sure there was cake. I'm never gonna turn down cake unless it's fruit cake. I will never eat fruit cake. But I can't judge the situation without knowing the situation. So of course I did some research to learn more about this man who sued his employer for throwing him a birthday party. Cause it sounds great. It sounds great. But clearly this man had an issue, and here's his issue. So Kevin Burling worked at Gravity Diagnostics in Covington for about 10 months in 2019. 10 months. That's a pretty long time to work at one job. Because he suffers from anxiety and panic attacks, Burling asked the company not to celebrate his birthday as it does for most employees. According to Burling's lawsuit, the office manager forgot his request and threw a birthday party for him anyway, which triggered a panic attack. Okay, I know some of the story, and I'm like, I see. I understand. Look, the guy was physically and mentally traumatized by his job, you know. He warned them that, hey, don't throw me this party. I could have a panic attack. And he did have a panic attack. And I'm sure that was traumatizing. Alone, like just coming to work, having a panic attack. Just, I can understand why he sued. Okay, so now it got my mind thinking, like, what was so bad though? I get it, a panic attack, but from the amount he received, it's a whole lot of money, and the fact that just this whole situation is just, it wouldn't seem like it would be a huge issue. So there has to be more, right? Like there has to be more. And yes, there is. When his bosses met with him the next day about the incident, Burling had another panic attack and was subsequently fired over. And reading more, what it says he was fired over was concerns he would become angry and possibly violent. Burling's lawyer, Tony Butcher, says violence wasn't an issue and his client uses coping mechanisms to calm himself down. So in this situation, this guy's anxiety disorder, it's a disability, you know. He had a panic attack, he broke down, and they claimed he was violent or whatever, but you know, if you're freaking out, you can't control that. That's disability. And workplaces have laws to protect people with disabilities so they can work, so they can get money. But this company fired him over his disability. So not only did this guy was mentally traumatized, physically traumatized, but he was also fired. So he's not getting any money.
Happy birthday, bitch!
So now I'm just like, wow, like, I'm shocked. Like, I can't believe like this company would fire him over a mistake they made, you know? But it happens a lot. And so I was wanting to learn more, because I wanted to know exactly what this guy was going through during this time that he had his panic attack and his job fired him. So after his first panic attack at his birthday, he went and spent his lunch break in his car. You know, I'm sure he was overwhelmed, just sitting there, just trying to calm himself down and just thinking about everything that happened. He's like, I'm sure he wasn't expecting that, and his anxiety disorder caused him to have that panic attack. So then his job sends him home for 2 days, only for the weekend to tell him that he was being fired. Fortunately for Kevin Burling, he was able to win the lawsuit that he filed against his employer. And reading more into this article, it says a jury sided with Burling in the case, awarding him $450,000 in damages. That includes $300,000 for mental anguish. Butcher is planning to ask Gravity to pay legal fees as well, as they should. Like, they caused this problem for him, and they could have fixed it, but instead they fire him. So, like, that's insane. Butcher says the suit wasn't about money, but about Burling standing up for himself. He says his client is doing well, but suffered more attacks after the incident and is still in therapy. He adds Burling had been a model employee and missed out on a huge opportunity, as Gravity has seen massive growth due to COVID-19 testing. So that is what I was like, that's just so messed up that they were fired this guy. You know, people need money, and this guy, he was working there for 10 months. So clearly he wasn't a bad employee, or I'm sure they would have gotten rid of him already. He didn't quit either, so I'm sure if this incident never happened, he would have still been there. So I just can't believe that this company would cause this. Look, it could have been a minor issue, but instead they created something bigger, tried to fire him over it, and what do they expect would happen? They would just get I'm glad that Kevin Burling was able to stand up for himself in this incident. And taken away from this story, I hope that, like, I can be able to stand up for myself. I hope that other people can be able to stand up for themselves if something isn't fair in their workplace, if they're wronged in some way by their employer. Because in the past, I read about many stories about people who have been wronged in their job. Their job caused a problem for them, and then they were fired over it, and nothing was really done about it because they didn't do anything to fix it. So I'm really happy that Kevin Burling was able to create a positive outlook for this negative situation that happened at his work, and I really hope people can be able to do that for themselves too. So anyways, that's it for this video. That's the story of the man who sued his employer for throwing him a birthday party. Of course, the reason behind is completely reasonable, you know, as he should. All right, so anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to be notified for further videos, which will be soon. And until the next video.